There we go.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
That voice! It's Navia!
Hello.
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
Just getting our daily dose of adventuring.
How about
You know,
Navia?
dailies and stuff.
Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
We wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of. Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
Wasn't Spina di Rosula affected too?
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well.
But it wasn't your fault.
Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
And then?
And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
Oh, I feel that one.
That does
I feel that one so much.
So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Let Paimon see. Wait. There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols.
That happens.
Looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Oh.
Okay, Paimon can definitely
Are we going
see
for
how
a
you might
snack?
forget what each of these mean.
Maybe just write out each item next time?
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Well, now you know for next time.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst,
You
I'll
wrote
just
them
make
down
another
because
trip.
they probably were.
Ah, so you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, want to come with me and check out the town for yourself? You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
Would be a pretty nice break.
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
A for effort, yeah.
You mean the Aquabus, right? Like
She
the
tried.
Aquabus?
She tried
Oh,
so
sorry.
hard.
I meant our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson,
What?
so
Why is
we'll
that
use
one
one
yellow?
of the Spina's boats.
Oh. That's actually kind of nice that they make sure that, you know that you're committing to something.
All right, follow me. I'll take you there.
Okay, let's go.
The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
Okay, cool.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Yeah, that's right. Caelynx and Navia are self-explanatory. while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
Spina Rizzulo is one of the main sponsors for the construction, right?
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub, so there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Because there were only 3 people in your family, I guess.
Saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is.
Oh no, Albo, are you still struggling with 14?
Like, even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head.
Perhaps the rest of the Spina didn't see a point to having a 4th line.
But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought.
You can't. Dude, I feel you did with those maps. I feel you so hard.
Good luck getting him to change it. From what
Why are you speedrunning the story?
Rights of all
Just
the other members of
enjoy
the Spina
it.
only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther.
Heaven's Star is actually really good.
Too.
I really like Dragon's Song.
Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms
Also,
with him.
getting a
Yeah,
bit fresh here,
because I
so let
wouldn't
me
just let him keep getting his way. He was just
put in a little something here.
not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out.
Where's there is? Let's go to Poisson. Braving the tides together. Oh, romantic.
It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
You have a cute
Navia,
outfit?
what was your
Why
mother
don't you
like
show
as a
us?
person? Oh, Paimon, sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their
Aww.
complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as
Well,
well.
let me take a look.
Yeah, but
I wanna
those are
see
just
how you
stories
look.
and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her.
Oh, I have the same
Sometimes
dress.
I'd
That
still
one is
look
so
at the
cute.
Clementine line and wonder.
Have I
would the
played as a
Spina and
Japanese
Poisson
voices?
still
I
be what
played
they
it
are today had my mother
privately with
survived?
Japanese voices before,
Silver
yes.
once said that a name
But
is
for
a kind
stream,
of
it's easier if
inscription,
it's English
a way
dubbed.
to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Over
listen
the
to what
past
you were
few
saying.
weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
Oh, I'm so sorry for her.
Always.
Oh,
But no matter what,
I didn't click on X
can't
yet.
change the past. But I
Did-
tell
did-
myself
did you see the
that I
yellow
need
chill in
to
the
keep
background?
looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new Poisson.
She literally lost everyone. And is trying to rebuild her
Navia,
entire thing.
Do you think she's doing all right?
Do you? She's always been having to cope with one thing or another.
Okay. Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
She's been through a lot. Okay, where are we going? I literally could have just teleported in here, but it's fine. Oh, the sniper mission here was super fun. Is there no new sniper mission? That one was kind of fun. I feel really sorry for her. She went through so much.
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now.
Where is that one coming from, Alba? What?
Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
Makes sense.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as Caelynx the
maybe it's
Unfaithful for the
not
longest time,
you know.
it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him. But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis and everything they did.
Maybe it's Lynette. She's in Fontaine. Shouldn't I be featured with them too?
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
But you can't say. But I can't allow it because I need to tap out of the game.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol.
There you go.
Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people.
I think it would just be a matter of time.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
Venti is actually also super badass if you like think back on his like first time when he lost his noses with what was her name? The Harbinger who's dead. Oh, you know who I mean. Names are hard.
Modeling a few poses, of course.
God, what's her fucking name?
Here, just pretend
She's
to be
a road
Callis,
boss.
and I'll be Clementine.
With an S?
Didn't you say on the boat that Callis and Clementine
Sonora,
sounded like
yes.
great
I knew
partners?
something with an S.
Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent, let's
Look,
grab
I'm
some
having a
reference
really
shots.
hard time with that.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
Oh.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas?
Shouldn't you be running the show?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all
Sometimes a
good
bit.
here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Let's try for something imposing. looking out into the distance. We'll just strike a happy pose. Now let's be melancholy and look out into the distance and just like, no thoughts. Just...
Ah, by that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate.
Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callis look too tall next to the lady.
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
I'm sorry that I'm tiny. Do you have to rub it in?
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat.
And what if the boat sinks? The statue is just gone.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
What about a happy pose?
A happy pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Just let them be happy in the fucking afterlife, please.
Well.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs? That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
What about an imposing?
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose.
Really? That's it?
Recall Spina di Rosula's glorious
That's like the worst of them.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
They are a mafia after all.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
It's not like you ever had any.
Worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups.
Sure.
Man, if
Until we like have like the idea.
With the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! Ugh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you
So it
still
was an
remember
important
that
one,
girl?
huh?
The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callis' case, right?
It was believed that her father, Jacques, was a good person.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years,
mafia.
and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said?
I mean,
In
is
the
he still
end,
a child?
I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
I mean, let's just
Don't
go
worry,
and pick it
boss.
up now.
I can send someone to pick it up right away.
In
Look!
the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
Imagine having a child in a good guy mafia. Yeah, imagine. At least this way we got some cool pictures.
Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Huh?
Oh, I know.
But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
Oh.
That's right. I
Oops.
finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back,
Do you not
Coulter.
know that
You look as well as
everyone,
And
In the
this
water?
guy is...
like most of them?
Ah, let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago. But,
Guilty of what?
looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Oh, he
You
also
not heard
poofed into
anything at
water.
all
Don't worry
the
about
water
that.
From the primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you
Because
mean
Nuvula
Mr.
took care
Marcel
of
was
it,
somehow
and
involved with
Risley,
all
and
that?
Clorin.
Oh,
Are you
looks
not
like we'll have to
remembering
explain
that cool
everything from the
cutscene?
top.
Because that cutscene was actually
That
really cool.
case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my
Hi.
most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin.
Hmm.
Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you.
I'm a special
I
member
don't
here.
recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Oh, don't mention it. It's fine.
We are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
Paimon didn't just say that. You just followed Navia's lead, okay?
Humble again, as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract
Maybe
great
it's like
people. Oh, that
very good
reminds me.
sealed.
Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
About that.
Coulter,
Oh.
a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
The new
What did you say?
welcome. Merry
This isn't some kind of
Christmas.
morbid.
I hope you're
welcome
having a
home prank,
wonderful
right?
day.
You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Everyone
Malus
lost their lives.
And Melissa, dead. They're just gone. Malus. I was
Yay for
planning
no
to give him a
working.
surprise gift once I ran into him again in town.
Proud of you.
I can't believe it.
Hey, keep it together.
Sorry, this is a
Malus
very
and Coulter
sad
were friends
story
for
part.
many years, and even served on many missions together during the
Aw.
early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
We all lost someone.
Let's sit down
Or a
somewhere,
lot.
so I
Like,
can tell you everything that has
everyone if
happened
you're
while
in
you were
Navia.
gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Let me make my camera
Okay.
a tiny bit brighter. So that was a depressing, to say the least. Am I going onto the ship? I think I do. Climbing up to get onto the ship. She's still as a traveler? Wow, awesome. Cool.
All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those
Why is he glowing
stories
red?
were real.
Recently?
It all really happened.
Because I can't
Has
heal
the
him
world gone mad?
with his long regular attack. I would also have found him very difficult to accept.
I think you
I
and
did
I
not
both
listen.
feel
What?
the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina
sorry.
gave to him.
Oh, so tired.
It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Yay!
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Who is that now?
Romu?
Yeah, Ramu?
Huh. Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major
The
internal
Navia Story Quest?
dispute
Yeah.
regarding
We finished that when it came out.
the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line.
I'm a bit confused that we have no water archon at all anymore. But like, it's not like she kept her noses. She gave her noses to Nuvulat, so Nuvulat has all his powers again as a dragon. So it's still a bit weird that there's just no more water archon. Just, it's not existing anymore.
But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
That couldn't have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right? What was the dispute? I didn't pay attention, I'll be honest.
If Callis was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, I mean, boss, you might not know.
You could have just said
he wasn't
it
always
happened
like
every
that.
day.
He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With
Sure.
him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years.
I mean,
But on the matter of the
technically,
Aquabus,
if you have
even Ms.
Farina and
Clementine
use
completely
her...
stood by Mr. Callis' side.
Is it her alt or her R2 that
I never knew.
gives her long hair? So she's
From my
technically the
perspective,
Archon with her long hair.
Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked
Skill.
it out?
Okay, it's a skill.
I think the Aquabus
I
was
don't
just
have
the
Furnace,
straw
so I
that
wasn't
broke
sure.
the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that
Or the
Miss
charge
Clementine
attack?
lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was
is it
betrayal enough.
either the one or
They
the
felt
other?
like their voices could no longer be heard
Oh.
once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side.
Look, I don't have
Of course,
Farina.
Miss
I
Clementine
don't know,
then
sadly.
passed away, and Mr. Callis began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that
Can someone
point
tell me
on,
what happened? Because I
Romeo
paid
and his
attention to
people cut
chat.
ties with the Spina. It never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there was still no proof that they ever acted in concert
think,
with
like,
Marcel.
in
I've
domains.
also heard that they aren't in a good
in
financial
co-op, she's
position,
fine
so
as a
they've been
healer.
lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
So something was the issue, and
Marcel and Romeo had my
because
father in their
Clementine
sights for a very
died,
long
the issue
time.
just got bigger,
Even though
and
Marcel's faction has been
Romeo
dissolved, we still don't know
most
anything about Romeo's whereabouts.
disappeared.
If they're still
With a
trying
bunch
to
of
get
the Spina.
revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
It prevents you from dying, though, so
Thank
that's
you for
enough.
that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a
Poor,
bit
poor
hard
guy
to
came
calm
out of
down
jail
even
and
now.
just was like,
I mean, to
let me
think
go
that
back
I'll
in.
just never see
Life was
them
better
again.
down there.
Ah, in that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two?
Sure.
You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Oh, of course. That's fine by me.
As if you could say, yes, I mind.
Go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
You want to see Adele cheer up.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. I also think that technically Meripide, if you take away the fact that you're like kind of like not allowed to leave, it seems like totally fine. You have a stable job there, you get food, you get like some little other things, like it sounds like a stable thing. You have a hot guy you can look at. Oh god.
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip.
I love you lots and lots and
Thank
lots.
you
We're
for
there.
your
We can stay a
follow.
few days before we return.
Enor? I'm
Sounds
sorry
good.
if I mispronounced your name. Also, hi Arigato! Merry Christmas! Yeah! It's like, it doesn't sound that bad. Like, yeah, okay, if you were part of that cult down there, maybe not the coolest thing, but like, if you weren't, it seems solid. Yeah, but you can also just buy food. That's the free food you got. That's the difference. Also, it's getting really cold here. Let me like
Well,
get my...
we've walked far
heels
enough
on.
for now. Let's take a break. Since we're
At
out
least
for
it's
a
not
walk,
gross.
we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's
You
a good
can
thing
punch
that at
people
least
if
my
you're
work down
angry,
in the fortress
true.
was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the Aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our
So actually,
goods,
you're just
then
listing the
catch a
bad
boat to
things
the
out there.
court.
I think Meripede is
Louise
a
and
pretty
I
good
must have
point.
traveled this way hundreds of times.
And I'm not saying that
When we
just
were
because
tired, we would lay
Risley
down
is
for
down
a
there.
while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callis was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the Aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
I don't really think that's a bad thing, though.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another
Oh
chance to try
yeah,
some of
she's
Navia's
making
macarons?
snacks all the time. I
I've been
forgot.
dreaming of them.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh,
Especially if you're in
wait.
good terms. Just
let me
imagine
check
having
if I
like
have all the ingredients.
afternoon teas every sleigh.
Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
Like you got some? Why are you crying?
Oh,
Sasha, what happened? Why are you crying?
Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
We should contribute to making the macaron too.
Oh.
Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she should have some stuff on hand.
Oh, that's great.
It's just tea.
Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and
It's storming
chairs.
so hard outside
Great.
again. I hear it.
Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
They mention Malus and Silver all the time, sweetie, though.
How did it go?
There you go. I have all of that because I am not collecting everything that's glistening on the ground. What?
All done your
Never.
part. Just leave the rest to me.
Just don't ask questions how long that's in my inventory. That's not good for
These
any of us.
macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous.
Those
Everyone
macaroons
in the
are
Spina knows how
gigantic.
exceptionally talented she is.
Oh,
That's like the size of my
it's just a
face.
hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
Do your dealers quickly. We already did them on stream too. You really want to poach me from the Adventurers Guild, huh?
Was it that obvious?
I know
just
I'm that
thought
good
you
of
would
an
be
asset.
a great fit, that's all.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything
They give
we've
daily.
been through
I should have
together,
done
I'm
the
sure our
event
hearts
before
would
we did
remain
the dailies.
intertwined, even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Navia's right. Whatever she's right about, she's absolutely right about. What is this
Still
here?
remember the delicious
Why is it
taste
pink?
of Navia's macaron.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you. I will endeavor
Rip
to make
me.
the most of this
We did the
short
daily
yet
dailies.
fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water, in celebration of this moment.
Huh? I thought I heard something just now. Was it just some small critter?
Cheers!
Am I the only one who pays attention?
Join in on the toast!
May your
Cheers!
travels go smoothly, may the Spina continue to grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time.
So there is a new sniper event today. We still have to do the sniper event then. Where are we going? I love Genshin. Like you know that was fire.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula.
I could swear it was
I must
red,
say,
like fire.
Their generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
I'm googling her now.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No,
Fury.
don't forget, she's the boss now.
Genshin.
My
Let me
mistake,
pick.
my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here
There's
for
a
the
cosplay
uniform?
already of her.
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person.
You can't see
Just a
anything on the
uniform after
side.
all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few
Oh, it
things
is
more
Gio.
uplifting
Never mind
than
me.
taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point.
It's not the lack
Going
of
on a
trust, it's the
trip
lack
with
of trust
friends
of
is
me
always
seeing
better than
stuff.
staying
It's
cooped
not
up
you,
at
it's
home.
me. I don't trust myself.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
Cloud Retainer looks so pretty. Like, and she came out of nowhere. There were like no leaks previously on her.
To join the Spina?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa, so as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
Sorry, had to answer a friend something.
Yeah, you could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time.
Shanna, to be
She said
fair,
that she wanted
did
to
give
become
off
someone
Cloud
like me.
Retainer vibes.
Someone who could lend
Cloud
a hand
Retainer
to
is so
others,
pretty.
instead of standing still and
I hope she
waiting for
comes with
others to
Gaming
help her.
together, so I can just like try to
From
pull
the
for
sound
both.
of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive.
Who the hell is that guy?
When she's older and can really make that decision for herself.
So I wasn't just hearing things.
Is something up, Traveler?
Oh, they definitely will give a free 4-star for like the Lantern Festival again. Someone is sailing us.
Huh?
Just follow me.
Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
Bye.
All right.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Why can I not run? I
right
was like,
there.
please. Hi there. Yeah, it's the same people that talked about a free Ayaka. Like,
We
please.
knew you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them
Genshin
a lesson
isn't
first.
Honkai.
Brothers,
We're not getting
there's
a
no
free
need to skulk
5-star.
in the dark anymore. Let's take them out.
Oh, you want to fight? Oh. Oh damn, Navia is strong. Maybe I should pull for her. We just need AR-61.
Now, talk.
Yep.
Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
Recognize the situation and don't entertain any fantasies of escaping.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing
Yeah,
tough
solo dub
and
of
start
Navia.
talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula.
All
were
takes
discovered.
12 seconds? What do you mean by
Can't
that?
beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
Da 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 da.
You actually know that name? But if you do, then
Oh,
surely you
it's
should
hitting
understand
stuff. I
why
felt
we
like the
hate you so much.
animation is 12 seconds. I was like, that's a bit much.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day.
Yeah, well,
Too
that didn't
bad
work
you
out,
guys
huh?
messed up ours first.
Yeah.
Huh?
You followed us all the way here.
You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be
You
pretty
wanted
obvious that we
to!
can't
You
do
just
anything to you
couldn't
anyway.
because I'm better!
Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Caelynx
Yeah, it's
is
like
long
6
dead.
bullets for the E.
No
It's
matter
like
what happened
the
in the
crystal
past,
shards.
I want to be able to start things anew. I am
I
the
do know
current
that.
president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack.
I understand. Thank you.
I'm so annoyed that these
I'll
headphones
let
are
our
like
boss know.
doing
But if
issues.
you
I'm
so
sorry.
much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it.
Let
Come
me
on,
try
let's
something
go.
actually with the headphones. I want to try out
Are
something.
you sure it's okay to
Let's
just
see
let
if
them
that
go
works.
like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either. If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The
You don't
concept
even
of an
know
eye
what's
for an
going
eye is
on.
a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeo's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Yes, let me mess some people up.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well.
But like,
Anyway,
if they suck,
now
just
that we
hit
sent
them.
them packing,
That-
we don't have to worry about those guys anymore.
Don't take this as actual advice.
It's getting late already.
In video
So why don't we
games.
stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre?
In video
We can
games.
head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Huh.
Perfect.
Does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing too.
Oh, Paimon. Okay, where are we going? I want to open the map, please. Thank you. Why is everyone nearly dying here? Let me heal them real quick. So, where are we going? Oh, I would like to have a pack of biscuits. That would be amazing.
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Yep.
Sure,
Kinda hard to
I
forget when there are only so
do.
many rooms here after all.
Oh, did I just
Genshin-
hear
Genshin I'm
someone
playing
taking
on
a dig
Europe
at
servers.
Fleuve Cendre? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of.
You can see that
actual seaweed
on
right
my
now.
character ID. The 7 is 0. I think 8 was USA,
Sleep at all.
and 5 or
I was
6
just
is
kidding. Be on
Asia?
your way now.
Or something like that. You can actually see like on the character UID. I didn't pay attention. What am I doing? Sit inside. Okay. Let's go inside. I wanted to sit. Oh, yeah, then you can add me. Absolutely. Where do I sit down? Sit. You enjoy a fantastic meal as well as a wonderful performance, and I couldn't read the rest. As things slowly died down,
Are
you got
asleep
tired
yet?
or something. Navia?
Oh no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest. Wanna go fishing?
Okay.
I've
Oh.
got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything.
Since the invitation is coming from you.
I knew it. You really are my best partner. Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
Where's Benjamin? He would love this. Sure, do that. Do that. So... yeah, this is the closest. Let's just go underwater and then swim up. Pew, 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 pew. Tap, 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 da, 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 tap, tap, da, 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 tap, da, 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 da. Pew, pew. To the fishing spot. Ba, ba, ba.
How can you call this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But
They seem a bit excessive, to be fair,
fishing
though.
be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
Automation is more efficient.
That's how I feel as well. To me, I'm happy as long as I catch some fish.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
Well, you could just like go back and sleep. Nobody will miss you.
It might just be something that runs in my family.
That's a thing?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina.
Your mother?
My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say. My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members
Yeah, that
of the
didn't work
Spina
out well,
greatly
huh?
respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Malouse and Silver were always there too. No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I
You
was
were a
young,
kid.
I often thought that
That's
I could do whatever I
normal.
wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Malouse come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
The flooding wasn't your mistake, sweetie.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
A fish?
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
It's too heavy.
Oh, there
It's
must
a
be
really
something wrong
big
with how
fish.
I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
You want Paimon to help too?
Yeah, do something for once in your life! After some time, you finally manage to reel in the prize catch together. For the rest of the night, your rod continues to rack up catch after catch. But for some reason, Navia can't seem to hook a single fish. Navia is quite upset about her bad luck, but it's only when you begin to head back that Paimon discovers the real reason to the mystery of why she didn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Smart girl.
Stop wasting
Did
time.
I see
The boss
2B
ain't
being
gonna
a
wait all
fighting
day.
game? 2B is a
Go
character.
ahead
What
with
do
the
you mean by
operation
that?
tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
Is it?
If we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure. Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
Julie part of Grand Blue
All right.
Fantasy?
Go to bed. I had a great time today. See you tomorrow.
Huh? She wasn't so cowboy?
So, how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
The better question is, where isn't 2B, huh?
So you could say it was stellar. Get it?
No, that was really bad. I'm just where you got that from?
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
She is in 14 too, sweetheart. She is there too.
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back
Her
to
character
Poisson.
was in there too.
I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Nier is just everywhere. Okay, new quest. Back to Poisson. People just really like Nier, apparently. Honey, sweetheart, no. Seriously, no. Did we ever
Adele,
give the uniform
back.
to the kid?
We brought you a gift from the court too.
Oh, now we're giving it.
Thank you so much, boss.
Don't call her boss.
What do
okay,
you mean
Adele?
simping for
Just
2B?
Miss Navia would be fine.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
Hi,
While.
it's me.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine.
I mean, A2 is also
truly
adorable.
just like the great
I personally
heroes
like
of
9S
legend.
the most.
You're really amazing. And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too. What's in this thing? Can I look?
It's actually 9S, A2,
Go
and
ahead.
then 2B. 2B is the one I care the least about.
Ah, it's a Spina di Rosula uniform. Is it for me? But isn't it a bit big?
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed. But it's the Spina's
Oh
responsibility
yeah, you can
to
post a
protect
trailer
everyone
into
as
the
well.
game.
Being a member means becoming involved in
Game
all
channel, I
kinds of
guess?
dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety.
You can
So,
play as all
I
of them,
turned you
sweetie
down
pie.
then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older.
You play as all
But
of them.
This uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it.
Oh,
Well,
from Pascal.
Thank you so much, Miss Navia.
Aw.
I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
But you can't really grow up faster by working hard. You've got to be patient.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
Boss!
The one tea house Genshin color?
Is something
No?
up, Florent?
Or do
I've
you
got
mean
something
do
urgent
you
to
mean like the
report.
clothing? Is it a clothing
Romeo
brand?
and
Because
his
I
folks
saw
have
them with the
gathered
clothing
outside
brand.
Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
What?
That's not nice.
Explosives? What do they want?
They
It
wanna
seems
make
like they've
this
been planning this
boom.
for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter
Okay,
yesterday.
then I didn't see it.
But
I saw
Romeo
them
and
with
his
a
folks
clothing
must have gotten
brand.
wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them. We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
They have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Seems like they've got no
Oh, I'm
interest
so
in sitting
sorry.
down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
Wait, get
They
me
want to
in.
blow up the Clementine line?
Da da da.
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeo and
How
his
dare
followers
they.
hate the Spina and everything to do with Caelynx. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus
Oh, I know that
line,
Grand Blue is super
all that
popular.
rubble
I
will
just,
come crashing down
you
the
know, I
hill
can only
and
play
straight
that
into
many
Poisson.
gacha games.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson!
Yep, they are.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by. We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople and get them as far away from the entrance as possible. That should save them from the worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
My dear partner, can I leave the Clementine line to you?
Sure, I'm gonna protect it with my
If the
life.
explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any
Yeah, no
aquabuses
pressure,
using
thanks.
the line would plummet to the ground. Let's stop their insanity
you
first.
lots and lots and
Thank
lots.
you for
settle
your
the score
follow,
with them.
Fabio. Why is it not showing up in chat? Like, Stream Elements is really so broken today.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
Well, thanks a lot for your follow.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Bitch!
Watch out, boss!
Oh, I want to punch him in the face. What the hell?
What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeo too? Oh. I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas. And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I only hate you. Only you,
What did she
Navia.
do?
You better stick close to me.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a
She was
foolish
a goddamn
question.
kid. What are you talking
You
about?
never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia. Clementine died because of you. Caelynx died because of you. Melus and Silver died because of you. And so many more
Oh, I
dead.
don't like him.
Everyone dead, all because of you.
It's not Navia's
So the
fault,
shock
you
and grief you showed
prick.
us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Melus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened and resolving to apologize to Melus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aqua bus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you.
Oh no.
I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that?
Can someone
maybe
make
you
him
only
shut
get
up?
respect because you're Caelynx and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing? Have you ever considered that? Maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past before you came.
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And
Melus
when
and
that time
Silver
comes,
were about fossil
those
oils.
most precious to you
The dad
will
and the
throw
mom
themselves
probably
in
not.
front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia, and my mom loves her too. I don't know how to explain it, but I like her, and that's that.
I'm sure
You go,
Mr.
Adele.
Melus would be extremely disappointed
Tell
in
her!
you right
Tell
now.
him!
You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
Am I fighting him? Can I finally punch him in the face? Yes! Come here, you shithead.
Watch out! Hiya! Watch out! Hiya! Attack! That's the way.
Her ult is really good.
This one's got your name on it.
Oh. I'm frozen. I'm frozen. You did the dailies and you finished all the stuff for tonight?
Keep up.
Very good. Very good. Very proud of you. You did well. Ha! You deserve that!
I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly, and don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
Is she ever?
I don't know, but I have to go.
Oh, sweetie.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillar.
Let's go find some. Hello.
Can't see.
Goodbye.
Rust and rebuild.
You just can't get a break, Andy. Come here. Let me freeze you. Hello, sir. You're on the wrong side of history.
I hear everything. It's going to get a little chilly. Let's
Hi there.
begin.
Do you know my fists? I can show them.
They certainly
I'm
brought a
punching
lot
you
of
in the
muscle.
face.
They're really slowing us down. But if we're meeting resistance, we must be heading
Hello.
in the right direction.
Hello. Let me do this.
Away now.
Now please go into the fire.
Have a safe trip.
Let's hit all of them. Easy. Let's get rid of the
This must
explosives.
be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable it?
Hit it.
Oh,
Hit it.
Everyone's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
Destroy it.
Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for?
Probably a keyhole?
Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay,
Maybe.
you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
Let's loot some people. You only have money.
Let me turn this guy over. Oh, he's super heavy. He could probably eat a whole Paimon just for breakfast.
That's cannibalism, though. This money. Oh, I found a key.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I found a key. Let me, the camera. Let's put it in. As if a key could
How'd you
fit
do it,
in.
right?
Who would have guessed?
Navia and Florent should be able to relax now.
We should still check out the perimeter just in case.
Oh, you're right. They could have set explosives elsewhere too. Let's go.
She does seem she mostly resembles a human being, so I do Did we fuck up? Oh no.
They're gonna bury Pussy!
Go, traveler, go!
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Watch out, Navia! You can't block them all!
Block. I'm doing this the Spina way.
So cool.
Fire!
Are you okay? god. That looks really cool though. That's adorable! I've been alerted that members of the main guard arrived at the scene and something happened.
I heard from Thierry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them. Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won!
Bye, guys.
We saved everyone! And you were so cool!
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time.
Feeling a bit fatigued?
It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
I can catch you if you like, you know, just
usually glow up
decide
whenever
to...
other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well.
Very good.
Seems like Romeu really went all in on this mission.
Where is he though? Can we get rid of that guy too?
Though, that also means we've caught them all too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Got it.
We have to worry
That's good,
about
at least.
him. Bitch.
Coulter.
Nah. Don't give him that.
I understand how you feel.
Nah.
The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula. But once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Thank you.
In like 30
Navia.
years when he's dead, hopefully. Shu Wei. You were terrible.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also,
Too kind.
I must say, a truly unlucky person.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a
I
way
wish
to etch a
Rio's
memory onto the world.
Fist would just like
Losing the line that
slip
bears
a
her
tiny
name,
bit.
that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
It's okay, everything's fine now.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength
Oh, I
left.
can carry you if you want. Don't worry about it.
Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
Oh, sweetheart.
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me.
That's just because I've never heard you doubt
I
yourself
used to
before.
think that I'd never doubt myself. But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well.
Oh no, don't tell me.
There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Is she having a birthday or
Hold
something?
on. I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
She's like, bitch, just tell me what it is.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
I don't think he's confessing any crushes. Okay, let's go back in. He's pregnant. Guys, you are terrible. You're ruining this adorable little moment here. How dare... I think the statue is here, okay? I think the most realistic thing is that the statue arrived. I want to see the statue though.
Why is everyone gathered here? And what's
It's the
this?
statue.
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished, but special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before.
Madam
So
Ping,
I've
you
decided
outfit.
to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
Well,
You look
if
like you
you're
need
ready,
a nap.
I'll unveil the present.
Da 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 da. Oh, look at them. Oh.
This is Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow! This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working. We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
How could we only have
You're
statues of Mr.
adorable.
Callis and Mrs. Clementine?
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
We're
This
gathered
is so
here today to
awesome!
tell our boss that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
I will also always believe in the bond between us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
Oh, this was so wholesome. Oh, Navia.
It seems like I started to question myself a bit too much. I'll pick myself up again and become a more reliable president for all of you.
Do that.
Looking back on it, I'm honestly embarrassed by how I acted earlier. Oh, whoa. Why'd you have to remind me? Please don't say that again. It's super embarrassing for me.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Please forget that I ever said anything. Oh, wait. But it'd also be bad if you were to forget it. Okay, but please keep it a secret between us from now on. Please don't ever mention it again.
Aww. Very cute. Very adorable. Do I have enough for... No, not yet. Very, very, very cute. Kitty! But that's it. I'm only missing the Farina one now. Not doing that today.